The little bird's dream. In the middle of a deep forest stood a giant ancient banyan tree. High on one of its branches lived a tiny little bird in a small nest. She was different from all the other birds, quiet, shy, and full of fear. Every day, the other birds would fly high across the blue sky, dancing with the wind and touching the clouds. But the little bird only sat silently in her nest, watching them with hopeful eyes. Deep inside her heart, she also dreamed of flying high and reaching close to the sun. But whenever she tried to spread her wings, fear took over her completely. Her body trembled and she fell back to the ground. The other birds laughed at her and called her a coward. At night, she cried alone and whispered to herself, "Maybe flying was never meant for me." Even after all the failures, a tiny spark of hope still lived inside the little bird's heart. One evening, after falling once again, she sat sadly near the roots of the banyan tree. At that moment, an old and wise parrot came near her. The parrot looked at her gently and said, "Flight does not come from wings. It comes from courage." The little bird listened silently. The parrot continued, "Falling is not failure. Real failure begins when you stop trying." Those words touched the little bird deeply. For the first time, she felt a new strength rising inside her heart. The next morning, she climbed onto a high branch once again. She closed her eyes, gathered her courage, and jumped. She still fell, but this time she smiled, because for a few beautiful moments, she had stayed in the air. Days passed, and the little bird kept practicing every single day. Slowly, her flights became longer, steadier, and stronger. Then one day, a terrifying storm arrived in the forest. Dark clouds covered the sky, and powerful winds shook the trees violently. All the birds became frightened and hid inside their nests. But the little bird was no longer afraid. She spread her wings and flew straight into the storm. The fierce winds tried to push her down, but she kept moving forward with courage and determination. Higher and higher she flew, until finally she rose above the dark clouds. Below her, the same birds who once mocked her now watched in complete amazement. The little bird had achieved what once seemed impossible. Through hard work, courage, and belief in herself, she finally touched the heights she had always dreamed of. In life, people may laugh at us. We may fail again and again. But true winners are those who never stop trying after falling. If you learn to believe in yourself, no force in this world can stop you from reaching great heights. If you enjoyed this story, please like it, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories. Thank you.